Hello there, you're watching Nightline. I'm Anita Wu. News making the headlines. We're on track to have 50% adults vaccinated fully by August 31st, says Kairi. Myanmar junta chief promises new elections in 2 years. We begin with this story. The Health Ministry has recommended for all activities in the Parliament House to be postponed over a 2-week period from July 29th. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said this is based on a health risk assessment and to prevent transmission of COVID-19 in Parliament. In a statement on Sunday, the Health DG said the risk assessment for COVID-19 infection in Parliament will be looked into again from time to time. He said that the Health Ministry is suggesting that all meetings involving parliamentary select committees, special select committees and the briefing sessions that were planned in Parliament, as well as those involving individuals who were at Parliament from July 26th to 29th, should be suspended temporarily for 2 weeks, starting July 29th. The Dewan Rakyat special sitting on August 2nd was postponed indefinitely due to the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Despite the Health Ministry's suggestion to postpone all select committee meetings in Parliament for 2 weeks, Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, PAC, said it is scheduled to call the Health Minister and the Health Director General in its proceedings on Monday. In a Facebook post on Sunday evening, PAC Chairman Wong Kar-wai said the time of the proceedings is set at 10:30 a.m. He said the issue of the proceedings is on vaccine procurement. Wong said that he had instructed the Dewan Rakyat Secretary to inform the Health Director General that the proceedings shall go on. He noted that when Parliament is not sitting, there will be less than 30 people in the PAC committee room. The PAC chief said that he believes that the Health DG knows and understands the situation well and in what manner the latter should discharge his duty to the nation. In the meantime, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob explained that the decision to adjourn the special sitting of the Dewan Rakyat on Monday was made based on science and health facts and not due to a political agenda, and in line with the recommendation of Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham following the development of positive cases that have occurred within 4 days of the special sitting, which began last Monday.
Kita tak tahu ni. Sebelum dia didapati positif, mereka ni semua balik kat rumah ni. Kita tak buat gelembung parlimen, iaitu daripada parlimen balik ke rumah, tak keluar ke mana-mana. Kita tak tahu dia balik rumah, family dia akan terjejas, mungkin ada jangkitan dan dia mungkin pergi ke pasar, mungkin dia pergi ke supermarket, mungkin dia pergi ke masjid. Jadi kita tak tahu kesan daripada dia. Kalau dah 70 lebih dan boleh merebak, tak tahu berapa ramai yang akan merebak.
On July 28th, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham confirmed that a total of 56 positive cases were detected in a screening test conducted between July 21st and 25th for the special sitting of the Dewan Rakyat, while the screening test conducted last Thursday found that 11 more individuals tested positive. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri also said that the Health Ministry, at a special meeting he attended before the conference, had suggested that the Parliament sitting be postponed or otherwise be conducted with the conditions of shortening the time and reducing the attendance to only 80 people, which the opposition had disagreed with. In a separate development, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said a letter dated July 29th with a Barisan Nasional logo on its letterhead that claimed 40 MPs were fully behind the Prime Minister's leadership was genuine. He said the letter, which had his name at the bottom as the sender, was drafted after consent was obtained by the 39 BN MPs involved following a meeting. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri was of the view that the letterhead issue was the only reason why BN Executive Secretary Muhammad Shafri Abdul Aziz deemed the letter to be fake.
Persoalan yang dibangkitkan oleh sekerja itu ialah tidak boleh menggunakan letterhead BN. Bukan dia kata tak betul 40 tu. Cuma dia kata saya tak boleh gunakan letterhead BN. Tapi bagi saya, kita berhak untuk menggunakan letterhead BN. Saya tak gunakan letterhead pengurusi BN, Setiausaha Agung BN. Saya tak kata saya macam tu. Saya gunakan letterhead saja dan bawah tu saya sign, bukan sign, letak nama saya.
Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri added that the UMNO Supreme Council allowed its MPs to determine who they wish to support at their own discretion. He added that from a legal point of view, that if there is no support for the Prime Minister, the government would collapse, and so the MPs were of the view that there should be support for the government in order to keep it intact. In other news, the special Dewan Negara sitting scheduled from August 3rd to August 5th has now also been postponed until further notice. According to a notice dated Sunday, issued by Dewan Negara Secretary Muhammad Sujairi Abdullah to Senate members, the office of the Dewan Negara President was notified by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin on the postponement in accordance with Standing Order 10(3) of the Dewan Negara. He said the postponement was in line with Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah's recommendation, as well as a risk assessment done by the Health Ministry on the current COVID-19 pandemic situation. The notice read that this was following the latest developments pertaining to the COVID-19 pandemic, in which the Health Ministry was of the view that the Parliament is a locality at risk for possible transmissions. According to a notice issued on Saturday by Dewan Rakyat Secretary Nizam Maidin Bacha Maidin to all Dewan Rakyat members, the Speaker's office was told to postpone the sitting in line with Dewan Rakyat Standing Order 11(3). The government is optimistic of achieving its target of fully vaccinating 50% of individuals aged 18 and above by August 31st. National COVID-19 Immunisation Programme Coordinating Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said this was in view of the high vaccination rate at the moment, adding that 29% of the adult population had completed both doses of the vaccine so far.
Saya telah juga umumkan bahawa pada Hari Merdeka, kita mensasarkan 50% daripada penduduk dewasa Malaysia 18 tahun ke atas akan lengkap terima 2 dos vaksinasi mereka pada Hari Merdeka. 50%, ya, 50% fully vaccinated adult population di Malaysia, penduduk dewasa. Itu target kita, next target. Setakat hari ini 59% daripada penduduk dewasa Malaysia telah menerima sekurang-kurangnya 1 dos, manakala 29% telah lengkap menerima 2 dos. Ya.
Khairi, who is also Science, Technology and Innovation Minister, spoke to the media after visiting the mobile vaccination centre for the Orang Asli community at Kampung Batu Peti in Jempol, Negeri Sembilan on Sunday. Meanwhile, Khairi said the walk-in vaccination facility would be expanded to other states soon, with priority given to senior citizens. He said the matter would be announced from time to time, depending on the supply of vaccines available in the country. Khairi also said the government was finalising the guidelines to relax SOPs for fully vaccinated individuals. He added that an announcement on this would be made by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin soon. Vaccine shortage at some vaccination centres in Johor will be addressed immediately. The guarantee was given by Science, Technology and Innovation Ministry MOSTI Secretary General Dato' IR Dr. Siti Hamisah Tapseh. The issue of vaccine shortage in several vaccination centres, including in Bandar Diraja Muar, was the main agenda of a special meeting chaired by the MOSTI Secretary General at the Muar District Office on Sunday. The matter became viral after several vaccination centres were allegedly shut down due to shortage.
Sebab itu saya datang untuk memastikan kita punya vaksin yang cukup. Bila kita dapat tahu mereka CITF Johor memerlukan vaksin, jadi tugas kami ialah memastikan cari vaksin tersebut supaya boleh dihantar kepada Johor. Seperti kita tahu, bekalan vaksin ini bukan Malaysia saja, tetapi di seluruh negara. Ada negara memang tak dapat lagi. Alhamdulillah Malaysia telah mendapat bekalan dari bulan Februari itu, dan kami dalam usaha meningkatkan lagi jumlah vaksin yang dibekalkan.
She explained that the vaccine shortage issue is not only faced by Malaysia but also around the globe. The MOSTI Secretary General said that Malaysia is lucky because some vaccine suppliers managed to send supplies on time. As of July 28th, Johor received about 2.036 million vaccines from MOSTI for distribution at 10 districts in the state. New COVID-19 cases in the country continue to stay above the 17,000 mark. According to the Health Ministry's records, there were 17,150 new infections nationwide. Selangor accounts for the most new cases with 6,326, followed by Kuala Lumpur with 2,086 new infections and Kedah with 1,511 new cases. New deaths still remain in the three-digit zone, bringing the country's COVID-19 death toll to 9,184. In the intensive care unit, there are more than 1,000 cases, with half of that figure requiring respiratory assistance. Of the 23 new clusters detected, 11 are related to workplaces. Some 85,000 teachers in schools nationwide are expected to receive at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine before the school session begins this September. Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adham Baba said the Ministry of Education has given the full list of names to the COVID-19 Immunisation Task Force, CITF, to ensure that the teaching fraternity are vaccinated before schools reopen.
Untuk itu, Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia telah pun menghantar senarai guru-guru yang perlu disuntik. Dan kita telah membuat keputusan untuk bekerja keras memberi suntikan kepada senarai nama yang telah diberikan oleh Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia kepada CITF ataupun KKM. Dan saya sendiri telah meneliti nama-nama guru tersebut dan telah pun membuat permintaan kepada CITF. Kumpulan ini diberikan sebelum bulan September.
Datuk Seri Dr. Adham was speaking to reporters after checking of the National Heart Institute IJN vaccination outreach program at the Semanga Multipurpose Hall in Kota Tinggi, Johor on Sunday. Datuk Seri Dr. Adham said, apart from teachers, the implementation team and support service staff, including the canteen operators, school bus and van drivers, as well as security guards, would also be vaccinated in order to achieve herd immunity. To date, 326,998 teachers have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, while a total of 215,999 teachers have been fully vaccinated. Coming up next on Nightline, blood supply dwindles, blood donors urgently needed. Stay tuned. Welcome back, still on Nightline. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri on Sunday described claims that he would be appointed Interim Prime Minister as merely rumours in media portals and social media. He said such rumours were most probably ignited to muddle the ongoing situation or to split the government that is currently making efforts to resolve the bigger problem of containing the COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on the people.
Lagipun saya difahamkan di dalam perlembagaan persekutuan tidak ada istilah interim itu tidak ada. PM interim, kerajaan interim itu tidak ada di dalam perlembagaan persekutuan. Ya, jadi itu rumor. Anggap itu sebagai kabar angin saja.
Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said this to reporters after handing out food baskets to the needy at the Caruk Puting Mosque and also after inspecting the Guai Bridge project in Bura Pahang on Sunday. He said that such rumours should not be entertained for fear that the situation could worsen, especially, he said, since there could be certain parties trying to cause divide. He was commenting on reports in media portals on Saturday that he has strong support among cabinet ministers to be appointed interim prime minister to replace Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, with further claims that the Perikatan Nasional leadership is currently discussing this possibility. The increase in COVID-19 cases between May 31st and July 25th has led to a sharp drop in blood collection nationwide, especially in the Klang Valley. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said among the factors for the shortage were concerns by the public and donors on safety issues during the blood donation process, as well as cancellations of blood donation programs. In a statement on Sunday, the Health DG said the declining trend is extremely worrying and can affect patient treatment capacity. Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said the Health Ministry, the National Blood Centre and blood banks have always prioritised the safety of blood donors, blood donation campaign organisers and staff to ensure a safe blood donation process. He said each blood bank must comply with Standard Operating Procedures (SOP). According to him, the guidelines have been updated recently in line with international guidelines which have SOP that require blood donors and health workers to be certified healthy before entering blood donation venues. Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said registration desks, blood donation equipment, beds and stress balls are continuously cleaned by health staff. He said blood donation needs to continue even though the country is facing the COVID-19 pandemic, as it is to help patients in need. Police have commenced investigations into the #Lawan protest on Saturday and will summon 29 individuals who took part in the demonstration for questioning. Inspector General of Police Datuk Sri Aqil Sani Abdullah Sani said over 20 police reports regarding the protest were lodged nationwide. In a statement, Datuk Sri Aqil Sani said besides the 29 individuals, which included the organisers, investigators are in the midst of identifying other participants through photos and videos of the demonstration. He said the probe is being carried out under laws relevant to the offences, including provisions in the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act, Act 342. He added that police surveillance of the demonstration showed there was non-compliance with the SOPs of the ongoing movement control order. Datuk Sri Aqil Sani also urged that the individuals called up for investigations give their cooperation to the police. Dangwangi Police Chief ACP Muhammad Zainal Abdullah said the identified protesters will be summoned for questioning on Monday. Over 500 people, mainly youth in their 20s and 30s, took to the streets near Masjid Jamek wearing black clothing in the demonstration on Saturday. Police are tracking down 4 detainees, including 3 Filipino immigrants who escaped while being quarantined at the COVID-19 Low-Risk Quarantine and Treatment Centre, PKRC, at the Native Courts Training Institute in Penampang, Sabah, early Sunday morning. Penampang District Police Chief DSP Muhammad Haris Ibrahim in a statement said the 4 fled at around 3:30 a.m. He said the Filipinos involved were Muhammad Rahman Basir, aged 24, Muhammad Diaz Merazif Rudias, aged 20, and Salman Arif, aged 19, while the 4th individual was a local man identified as 27-year-old Aripian Abdul. The detainees were transferred from the Penampang Police Station lockup to the PKRC on July 24th after being confirmed positive for COVID-19. Those who have information are urged to contact the Penampang District Police Headquarters Operations Room or any nearby police station. Coming up next on Nightline, wildfires rage in Turkey as more tourists evacuated. The details when we return. Don't go away. We're back with news on the foreign front. Myanmar's junta chief has said elections will be held and a state of emergency lifted by August 2023, extending the timeline given when the military deposed Aung San Suu Kyi 6 months ago. In a televised address, junta leader Min Aung Hlaing said, "We will accomplish the provisions of the state of emergency by August 2023. The general's announcement would place Myanmar in the military's grip for nearly 2.5 years, instead of the initial 1 year the junta had announced days after the coup. He said the junta was ready to work with any special envoy named by the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. ASEAN foreign ministers are to meet on Monday when diplomats say they aim to finalise a special envoy tasked with ending violence and promoting dialogue between the junta and its opponents. Israel's Prime Minister Naftali Bennett at a weekly cabinet meeting on Sunday directly blamed Iran for a drone attack on an oil tanker off the coast of Oman that killed 2 people. The drone attack on the oil tanker Mercer Street blasted a hole through the top of the oil tanker's bridge. The Mercer Street is managed by London-based Zodiac Maritime, part of Israeli billionaire Eyal Ofer's Zodiac Group. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Saeed Khatibzadeh described the allegation as baseless. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Cambodia, in the meantime, will begin offering a booster shot against COVID-19, switching between the AstraZeneca and Chinese COVID-19 vaccines in an effort to fight the spread of the coronavirus in the Southeast Asian country. Prime Minister Hun Sen, launching the vaccination campaign for 12 to 17-year-olds, said on Sunday that the third dose will be offered to between 500,000 and 1 million frontline workers as a priority. In his speech, Hun Sen said people who have already been vaccinated with Sinopharm and Sinovac should be given AstraZeneca as the third booster dose, whereas those who have been vaccinated with AstraZeneca and Sinovac should be given as the third dose. On Sunday, Cambodia also began vaccinating children between the ages of 12 and 17, starting the campaign in its capital, Phnom Penh, as well as in the three hardest-hit provinces of Kandal, Kokong and Pria Sihanouk. Over in Turkey, investigators are trying to establish whether the raging wildfires in the south, now threatening hotels and homes, were started deliberately. This amid reports that one suspected arsonist has been detained. While probe is underway, Coast Guard vessels were deployed to bring holidaymakers to safety. The fires, which have been burning since Wednesday, have left 6 people dead. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan vowed that the government would do everything to help hundreds of people affected by the disaster to rebuild their lives. He noted that more aircraft from Azerbaijan, Iran, Russia and the Ukraine were now involved in the massive firefighting operation. Thousands of Russians dressed up and paddled their way through waterways of St. Petersburg as the city hosted its annual stand-up paddleboarding festival. Visuals of this unique festival wraps up Nightline.